What's going on, everybody? For the upteenth time, follow me on Facebook, Myspace, and Twitter. The links are below with my Wildcat coverage. This one hurts. This one really, really hurts. I haven't been this disappointed in my Wildcats since a football team lost in the playoffs to Southwest Missouri State 2 years ago. That was a hard loss, and this one's a hard loss as well. And I was ticked last night. I was really ticked, and unfortunately, I took my anger out on Facebook and offended some people. I apologize. So I'm really happy I'm filming this now compared to last night, because last night I was. Unfortunately, I did miss the game last night. I did. I was gonna watch it, and then other stuff started happening. So, some fans have been saying the referees were the issue. Well, as we review the box score, get this up. Central had 30 fouls compared to Seattle Pacific's 15. So there's a 2-for-1 ratio there, which is unfortunate. So maybe the refs did control the game a little bit more. Notice Wildcats fouled out, but Jamar Berry, Jamar Berry, Drew Harris, Chris Scott, and what was that one? Cody Gibler all finished the game with 4 fouls. Central was led by Jamar Berry, who had 16 points. Chris Scott had 12, and Jody Johnson had 10. Leading the Wildcats in rebounds was Chris Sprinker with 10 rebounds. 3 of them offensive, 7 on the defensive side. The Falcons were led by Ryan Sweet with 13, David Downs 22, and Jeff Downs had 20. And this guy named Madhu Niang had 11. The leading rebounder for the Seattle Pacific University Falcons was Ryan Sweet with 8. So, unfortunately, Central loses in the first round again in the March Madness tournament. And Seattle Pacific moves on. This is the second time in 4 years Seattle Pacific has defeated us in the playoffs. It's their first victory against the Wildcats all season. We did sweep the season series. Couple things. First off, to be good sports, props to Seattle Pacific. I have a lot of respect for your program. I do. Actually, my first college basketball game I've ever went to was a Northwest Nazarene Seattle Pacific game in Seattle. So I got a lot of respect for you guys and your fan base. I hope you guys don't win, but congratulations on the win. You guys came here, and your stats showed you guys may have gotten a little help from the refs. I didn't see the game, but you guys, according to your scores, you guys passed the ball around. According to the box score, you guys passed the ball around. You were able to out-rebound Central, which was huge. That's always been a big bugaboo for Central. If Central's been able to dominate the game on the boards, then they have a tendency to do a little bit better against the opponent. So props to you guys. I guess instead of this win being unacceptable, because I guess that's maybe not the word that describes this loss, I guess you could say it's disappointing. I really thought. Now, let me back up. I do not expect every single team from Central Washington University to win a national championship. No, I'm not that type of alumnus. I'm not. But what I do hope every single year is I hope that teams can be competitive and competitive enough to do something special. And whether that's go to the playoffs, clinch conferences, or be in the running for the playoffs, or individual goals, team goals, like when the Central team took down both Alaska schools this year. That's what I expect. But this loss hurts. I really thought that this year, going into this year, I was thinking, how is the men's basketball team going to do? Because they've gone to the playoffs 3 years in a row. They've lost seniors. They're in transition. I mean, that's the problem with college sports. They're always in transitions with players coming in, players coming out. And they had a heck of a year. And as this year progressed, I really thought this was going to be the year that they get that big tournament victory that we've been hungry for such a long period of time. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. And it is disappointing. It's really, really disappointing. I mean, I love the players. I love the coaches. I love the athletic department. Don't want anybody fired or anything like that. But this is disappointing for 2 reasons. This is the 4th year the Wildcats have been to the into the March Madness tournament. Now, I understand there's a lot of my teams that can't even say that, and it's great to have, you know, the program go to the March Madness tournament and to the playoffs every single year. That's a huge accomplishment. I'm not going to downplay that. However, the thing that annoys me with this fourth straight one and done is it's 4 years in a row. Meaning you had some players, not a lot, but you had some players who were freshmen when they lost in the playoffs the first time. So my question is how much experience does the team really need? How much experience does the team really need? I mean, you've gone to this big level of competition 4 straight times. You've had a class go to this tournament, and you still can't win a game? So that's the first reason why this is disappointing. The second reason, this game was in Ellensburg. And, you know, I kept thinking throughout this entire season, if Central could host playoff games, that would be huge. That would be a huge accomplishment. It would be great for the team. I've talked to the coach, Greg Sparling, several times. He keeps telling me that people hate to travel to Ellensburg, and rightly so. They got to go over a mountain pass, or they got to fly from Seattle to Yakima, drive over Menashe Ridge, which is not as bad as Snoqualmie Pass, but still, it's a hard place to get to. It's a hard place to get to. And in the last 3 years, Central's had to travel to Anchorage, Alaska, Hawaii, and Bellingham, Washington. This time, they had the tournament right in their backyard. Didn't have to travel, didn't have to worry about being rusty or sore, and we end up losing in the first round. So it's disappointing. It is. We'll move and we'll hopefully we can do better next year. Hopefully we can get that tournament victory. Overall, it was a fun season to watch. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It was a fun season to watch for the men's basketball team. I think they should be proud. The fact that we won the first ever Great Northwest Athletic Conference tournament, we were able to host those games. And this team was good. This team was really good. The fact you only lost 3 losses, you only had 3 losses in the regular season, 1 at home, 1 on the road, and 1 at a neutral site. That's kind of interesting how that worked out. It's just unfortunate that it had to end so abruptly. Because throughout this entire week, I was thinking if we can get that one tournament victory, I'd be, you know, it would be great. And if we lost the second round, frankly, I'd be okay with it. I really would. I just wanted to win one game in the tournament, and unfortunately, they ended up losing by. 13 to Seattle Pacific. So that will do it for the Wildcats. Great season. Unfortunately, it just ended really abruptly, and it's really disappointing. It is. I really thought this was going to be the year we're going to get that tournament victory, and that wasn't the case. So for the final time, please follow me on Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter. The links are below. And I'll probably put up Central videos if another team goes to the playoffs. There's talks that the softball team will make the playoffs for the second consecutive year. They got a long way to go, though. Their season just started. If they don't, you can expect to see me for the talk about the Wildcats during football season. But other than that, that will do it for the Central coverage. Unfortunately, that really is too bad. Props to you guys for having a great season, though. So, thanks for watching another installment of my vlog, and talk to you guys later. Go Wildcats.